Hi, it's Chris with Implied Music, and today we're going to look at how to build common chords in an uncommon way. You may be used to thinking of chords as stacks of thirds, but those same notes can be arranged in fourths, and fourths have a lot of power. Let's get into it. So before I go forward with today's discussion, I just want to say one of the most common questions I get on this channel is, why is this channel so underrated? I think it's the wrong question. And what it tells me is that there's value here in what I'm doing and that value is recognized. When you say to me, why are you so underrated? I think, hey, that's a high rating from you. And each of you who are watching this channel are making a commitment to yourself to improve, as I make a commitment to myself to improve in my own music as well. And that's really all I'm asking. If a video doesn't get a lot of views, I'll do another one and we'll keep going. And that's the way it works. A certain amount of stubborn, mule-headed persistence is required to be good at anything, and especially at music, because it's not easy. It's not easy. Am I trying to make it easier? Not really. The more we look at this stuff, the more we realize we have more to learn. Well, fourths are a pretty powerful technique for voicing chords. In other words, the way we lay notes out to make a chord. But first, let's do a quick review. So let's hop over. You know that in general, chords are built in thirds. That's the way we generally talk about it. I'm playing the triads of a C major scale. And I could play seventh chords as well. These are just another third tacked onto the top. Now these sound okay. And they actually give me a vocabulary for notes in the chords. If I stop and take a good close look at the first chord here, C, E, G, and B, I get a bag of notes to use, but I don't have to spread those notes out in that order. I could, for instance, decide I'd like to play at B, C, E, G. It's the same notes. We call that an inversion. And we say that's a closed voicing. Closed voicings really don't sound great. I like to open them up. Just grab the second from the top note and transpose it down an octave. When I do that, I begin to see the possibility of voicing my chords in fourths. Well, let's take a look at how that might work. My root C, my third E, and now I'm going to add some other tones. The sixth and the ninth. The right hand is playing a stack of fourths. Let's take a quick inventory of stacks of fourths that make a major chord sing. There's my root, C. I really like the stack of fourths built on the ninth degree, that is to say the second degree. I like the one built on the third degree. I like the one built on the sixth degree. And I love the one built on the seventh degree. All C major chords, all stacks of fourths. All C major. Major chords, build your stack of fourths on the second, third, sixth, and 7th degree. Going on to minor chords, it's a kind of a special case. Just take the natural minor in C. Almost every stack of perfect fourths will sound kind of cool. 1st degree, 2nd degree, 3rd degree has a spicy tone or two in it. 4, 5, 6, also spicy. 7, great. Back to 1. They all sound kind of minor and kind of good, don't they? All these stacks of perfect fourths, there are no tritones, I'm being really careful, will give me a kind of a result that can be pretty exciting. I have to say, I had to play tones a little bit outside the key there, right? So a stack of perfect fourths, for instance, on the 3rd degree will give me this D flat, and it's not in the key. Those additional tones, those added tones, suggest something called the slip. Well, at least I call it the slip. When you slip into a stack of fourths, you approach it from a half step above or a scale step below. A half step above, a scale step below. Check this out, you'll see what I mean. So here, I'm in C minor. And my target is this stack of fourths on the 2nd degree. I slipped in from a half step above. And I'm going to slip in from a whole step below. You can get into it from weird places too. For instance, I'm in C minor and my target is the stack on the 7th. I'm going to slip in from a half step above. It's a pretty powerful sound, isn't it? And should be a familiar sound to you as well. Slipping into these special voicings creates a real chromatic texture. But the chromatic texture is supported by the fact that that stack of fourths is a symmetrical chord and kind of argues in favor of itself. Symmetrical chords are easier to manage than chords in fourths. You just move them around like one single unit. We call that a coupling, and that coupling has its own color. It's like what we were talking about with doubling on winds the other day. As you stack up notes, just like as you stack up instruments, you're creating a kind of a new instrument, and that new instrument has all those notes in it. Well, I hope this has been useful. Like and subscribe, hit the bell, and you'll be notified when I do my next video, although it's likely that my next video will be tomorrow. See you next time.